Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us today for our GSTEM Chat 22.7 celebration of Hispanic women in STEM. I am Latoya Mayfield. I am the founder and president of GSTEM, and we are so excited to have you join us. If you're not familiar with GSTEM, we're advocates and mentors for girls who have the desire of becoming a STEM professional. We share the fundamental skills that are needed for them to be successful in all STEM careers. So I'm so excited for today's chat. And if you're not familiar with our GSTEM chats, this is where we have a 30 to 60 minute segment throughout the year where we connect professionals with our viewers to explain about their journey, talk about what they've done. We talk about how they got to that point in their career, as well as any career roles or aspirations or even challenges that they faced in their journey. So today is a special GSTEM Chats because today we're talking specifically about Adriana's journey. So we have Adriana Clegg with us today. Thank you, Adriana. And I would like to quickly do a brief bio about Adriana. So Adriana is a patient outreach coordinator, recruiter, and clinical research project advisor with expertise in biology and life sciences, relationship development, and cross-department on-site team collaboration. With over 4 years in increasing patient understanding and engagement within the medical services and improving processes at research facilitation and health-related organizations. So thank you, Adriana, so much for joining us. Like, we're excited to have you.
I am so excited. Thank you so much. It's an honor to be here with you.
Oh, it's an honor to be able to interview you. So I'm so excited. So Adriana, again, like I said, I'm really excited to have you join us today. But do you mind sharing with our viewers your nationality and exactly where you're from?
So I was born and raised in Bogota, Colombia, South America. My journey in the STEM, the STEM field, it's been very interesting. It's been quite a journey all over the place I've been. So, but let me tell you, I can tell you that definitely since I was a kid, I was completely in love with science, animals, and nature. So I was all over, thinking about it. So when I went into high school, we had the opportunity to choose like classes that you can take in high school. So I choose biology, chemistry, and physics. So that way it could prepare me to go into college. I wanted to be a biologist. I was debating in between veterinarian or biologist. So I decided to go with biology. And I choose all the classes that you can have field trips, so I can travel around Colombia. It was fantastic. So then is that, I finished biology and I did my thesis project with the pink dolphins in the Amazon. So that was a beautiful experience. I was able to work, with the not only the dolphins, but also with the communities, the Indian communities. I was there for 5 years. Then I went to an island between Japan and Australia called Saipan, Northern Mariana Islands, where I worked with some divers, like scuba divers. I did some environmental education and the awareness of the coral reefs. And then I went back to Colombia, and I was a teacher for a while, a biology teacher, chemistry teacher. And after that, I started working in a stem cell bank, as a sales rep, like a medical sales rep. And then after that, I don't know if I'm telling you a lot, if you had a lot of questions for me.
Oh, you're fine. Listen,
I can go over.
I'm interested in your journey.
So when I was in Bogota, well, I was working with Red Cord, which is a stem cell bank. And then I met my husband, my gringo husband, and he brought me here to the US. So at the beginning, it was a little difficult because my English was not very good, but I was, I had some, knowledge of English. So I did some jobs here and there, and then finally I was able to get into more like into research, like science. So that is when I started working with Fujifilm Wacko Chemicals as a technical rep, with more contact with the researchers and start to go into more science and biology again. And then I got into clinical research, where I am so in love with clinical research right now. I did some patient recruitment for Alzheimer's, dementia, Parkinson's. So, and now I'm in a new position coming up, So I'm very excited. I'm going to be working more directly with patients in an office, in a doctor's office. So, but that is a surprise. So
that's awesome. So you have an interesting journey up to right now. So I do want to just kind of backpedal a little bit and just learn more about, that experience that you had when you came over to the US. Was it difficult to really break into, the science industry coming from Colombia to the US? How was that journey?
Just with my bachelor's degree as biologist, it's not that easy. It would be easier if I could, have a master's degree or a PhD. But I'm not gonna stop. It's not gonna stop me. I'm just, I have done and I've been used my degree in a different ways. But I think it's difficult, but it's not going to stop me,
Exactly. So did you pick up any certifications since you've been here in the US, or are you working to move towards getting more certifications? What does that look like?
Right now, yes, I'm about to finish my CRA course, which is a clinical research associate.
Nice.
Yeah, because that's my goal, is to get into, have clinical research as my career.
Nice.
So to be eventually getting to be a clinical research coordinator. That's my goal.
Absolutely. So just also talking about English being your second language, what has that been like for you? I mean, I know that it was a struggle, but like what made you have that confidence? Like, listen, I can do this, and just kind of went for it. What was that like?
I've been always like that in my life since I was a kid. My mom always like, you're doing whatever you want. And it's like, yeah, I do it.
Yes.
So, sometimes for some people it's not easy because they get, a little scared, and that's normal. But I always said, what I can lose, I can just go and try to do it. And if it doesn't go good, okay, well, at least I try. But if it goes good, I mean, it's fantastic. Everything that you can learn, in the process is a game. It's fantastic. It's very good. So I think, I cannot stay still. I cannot stay still. I am always trying to learn new things. I'm always, and that's my personality.
Exactly. And so staying still is not always a good, well, you know how people say, you need to stay still, but that's not always a good thing, right?
Depending,
depending on what. Depending on the situation. No, I hear you.
Exactly.
So out of curiosity, when you were in Colombia, I know here in the US, we're really pushing STEM forward, especially in underrepresented populations, right? We're pushing STEM. How was STEM pushed for young ladies in Colombia? Was that something that was really promoted, or what did that look like?
In my time, it was not like promoted, but yeah, as I said, in high school, we had the opportunity to get into science.
Right.
So you could have science, or you could go through, business, or So a lot of people, a lot of my friends wanted to be lawyers or, going to be, masters in management or things like that. But I have a couple of friends that went to engineer and they engineering and also biology. I think right now it's more women in Colombia wanted to get into STEM, you know.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome to hear. So did you have any role models that you looked up to that kind of helped you with your journey or to pursue STEM in science and biology more specifically, right?
Yeah, that's a really good question. I don't believe I just had one figure. I feel like I've been, as I said, very curious all my life, and every single like show or movie or everything related with science, I was like always fascinated. So not just one. I think it's the whole.
Yes. That's awesome. That's awesome because you're not saying that you have one role model, but you were affected by maybe something that you've seen on TV or maybe just being out in nature and you were curious about something. It wasn't just one figure, but it was just like life around you really inspired you to be interested in STEM and wanted to pursue it. So I think that's really, really cool. So you kind of explained the roles that you were in, and you also kind of talked about your future goal. What are some other steps? I know you're taking a class, but are there other steps that you're taking to reach becoming a clinical research coordinator other than that class, or what you have?
I like to be like taking seminars online.
Okay.
There are a lot of seminars that you can take. And I like to see live, like shows like online, podcasts. I'm always listening to podcasts. There are a lot in clinical research.
Yeah.
Reading. I'm always reading, trying to learn more. Maybe I think after this course, I'm going to find another one that I can do. So always trying to pick more detail, to be more specific in the areas. We'll see.
Cool, cool. So question, in this field, has it been accepting of women that are Hispanic? In this field, have you felt like you were always welcome? Did you have some challenges? Are there ways that you found to overcome any challenges that you may have been faced with?
Well, sometimes the language is a little difficult because there are a lot of technical words that you need to learn. Sometimes, as we were talking before, the pronunciation is difficult.
Yeah.
So people don't understand you. I have to, sometimes in my previous jobs, I have to talk on the phone a lot with researchers or, customers. And it was difficult for me, that part, the communication. But I think the more I speak, the more I, learn, the more I hear, that helps me a lot. And it cannot stop me, because if I get like, oh, I get shy and I don't want to keep doing it, then I'm just going to put a wall to myself.
Exactly.
And
so
I don't
what's your
want to do
advice to
that.
young ladies like that are shy about how they may pronounce a word? What's your advice to them?
I said it will happen, just laugh. Don't get shy. If you say something wrong, just laugh and, okay, explain me, let me repeat it and repeat it and repeat it until you get it.
Absolutely.
And that's and don't let these things to take you down, make you feel uncomfortable or that you're less than anybody else, because it's not.
Exactly.
Who's the one speaking two languages here?
You're the one that speaks two languages, right? Right? Like,
that's what I always tell my husband. So
multiple language. I am bilingual and you speak one language. So who's the better one at this right now? That's absolutely correct. So thank you, Adriana. I do want to take a quick moment to do a quick pause and talk about our GiSTEM Week 2023, our virtual summer program that will be coming up July 10th through July 15th, 2023. And our focus this year is called, well, the title of our virtual program this year is Girls Regulate, where we're focusing on climate change. Yes, we're speaking about climate change this year. So what our GSTEM week is a 1 week long program where we're focused on one STEM subject a day. So we'll go, one day will be science, the next will be technology, engineering, math, and then we will end with business. And during that each subject focused day, we're going to have professionals that are going to talk about what they do, as well as how their role fits into maybe climate change or about climate in general. So we're going to see how in each one of these fields, they utilize these things in understanding the climate. And so it's going to be very, very eventful and exciting because we're going to have women professionals speaking to our girls directly. Also, kind of like how we're doing today, they're talking about some, giving them advice, but talking about their journey in that as well. And then also during the week, they'll be doing hands-on activities where they're going to be focusing on a real world issue. So we're going to present to them a project or a problem, and they're going to spend that whole week really working on researching and finding an innovative solution to that problem. And at the end of the week, they will present that information to our volunteers, our board, as well as any sponsors and their parents at the end of the week. So it's going to be really, really cool. If you are a rising 8th through 12th grade girl, you can actually apply today on our website at www.gstemcinc.org. If you know someone that is a rising 8th through 12th grader, and she's a girl, it has to be girls for this program, feel free to reach out to us. Again, you can send them our application. It is on our website at www.gstemcinc.org. Thank you for that little quick pause, Adriana. So we can continue our discussion because I'm just enjoying talking to you and just learning more about you. So what would you say to young girls that are Hispanic that want to pursue STEM? What would you say to them? Like you already said, how for them to kind of overcome that barrier of, maybe they don't speak English well right now, but that doesn't, restrict them from continuously to, practice. And then one day, they're going to have it down pat. What would you say to them that are, if they're just interested in STEM, but they may feel a little intimidated? What can you say to them that would really get them like, you know what? Yes, I'm going to do it.
Yes, let's do it. I mean, also it's very nice to have somebody that you can talk about, like a mentor.
Absolutely.
So if there is somebody that you trust, somebody that can give you a little guidance and can practice, with you talking or giving you some tips here and there, just, take it. Talk, ask questions. Don't be afraid to ask questions, because this is something that happened to me sometimes. Sometime before, I was very like, I don't know if I should ask. What if I ask and they think it's okay? I mean, ask questions, and don't feel scared, don't feel shy. And if you do, then just research. Find the answer, or ask a very good friend. But it's always there are options.
Absolutely.
Always options.
I know from an experience, because me and Adriana we were colleagues at one point, and that's something that we would do. Like, hey, what do you know about this? Oh, well, what do you know about this? And, that helped us, right? And, having someone to just be able to talk to and just ask the questions or run the questions by. But again, I agree with you. Ask the questions, because more than likely 2 or 3 people in that room have the same question, and they're also scared of asking the question. So yes, Adriana, I absolutely agree. So I kind of want to change gears real quick. And that's because I want to know, what are some activities that you think that people that are not familiar with the culture, what do you think that, some activities we can get involved in? Or what are activities you like to be involved in, you would like us to?
Yeah, one activity that definitely, if you are around a Latino or Latina, you need to dance. I mean, you need to dance. I mean, we love dancing. That's part of our culture. We are very happy people. We like to enjoy life. And that's part of our culture. So if you can find, a place that you can go and dance and relate with Latinos, that would be super nice. You will really enjoy it.
Okay, awesome. I did slightly try to do salsa.
You did.
Good. Now, I cannot promise that I did it correctly, but I was watching the instructor and I attempted. It was fun, but I don't know what I looked like. Nobody recorded me so that I could see what I actually looked like. I probably didn't look that, great, but it was so fun. And so I was excited to be able to experience that. So
exactly.
I do have a question for myself. This is, strictly for me. I mean, maybe everyone else may have this question. I don't know. Colombian food.
Oh, Colombian food.
What
I
is
miss
the
it.
dish? What is the dish that I have to have?
Well, oh my God, it's so difficult.
Okay.
Because there are a lot of things. For example, here in Richmond, there is a very nice restaurant, Colombian restaurant, where you can buy empanadas. I don't know, have you heard empanadas? Colombian empanadas are different than other.
Okay.
Mhm. So you can ask my husband. He is is the love of his life, the empanadas. So that
Hilarious.
is one thing. Another thing, like for example, in Bogota, Bogota is on the mountain, so it's cold most of the
Mm-hmm.
year. It's very cold, so we eat a lot of soups.
Okay.
So there is one soup that I really miss, and I love it. The name is ajiaco, and ajiaco is made of different type of potatoes,
Okay.
and it has corn, and we put chicken, like shredded chicken, and also avocado.
Nice.
So it really makes you warm. It's a really good soup. I haven't been able to eat it here. So a friend of mine made it for me one time. Oh my God, it was so good. That's another one I will recommend is the bandeja paisa. It's a very, very common plate in Colombia, which is beans
Okay.
with ground beef and pork, like we call it chicharrones, which is the skin of the pork.
Oh.
And you also put some avocado, and you can mix it all together, or you can have a plate, separate. Oh my God, that is so good too.
Well, it
Very.
sounds like I have a few dishes that I need to try.
Yeah, there you go. Are you taking notes?
Written them down. And you're going to have to tell me exactly the place that you were referencing for Richmond, because I will be there. That is something that I'm definitely going to try. So thank you for that. Also, what are some activities that you personally like to do? Just in general, it doesn't have to necessarily be with your culture, but like, what do you enjoy doing in your spare time?
With my husband, we love to hike. We love nature. So we love to go and explore all around here in Virginia. There are a lot of beautiful places, the mountains, a lot of parks. So we love to go and hike with my dog.
Okay.
So it's the three of us going everywhere exploring. That's something that we really like to do here around here, basically.
Okay. Now, what about exercising? Do you enjoy
Oh
exercising?
yeah, you know what I like. I like my Zumba. I love to go to
You're a
Zumba.
Zumba instructor. You need
Mm,
to link up with Adriana Clegg. I mean, you have to.
my instructor, I have a couple instructors that they are fantastic, and they are from Colombia, so they are the best. I just don't want to, just modest, the best. But I really like to go, because I don't have the opportunity to dance here. I used to go every single weekend to dance in Bogota when I was living there. Because it's, it's you go and have dinner, hang out with your friends, and then you go and dance. That's every weekend basically. Here, no. So I go and take my Zumba class and I dance like a nut, and then I come home dancing and screaming and singing, and my husband is like, whoa, 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 you calm down, you're home now.
Hilarious, hilarious. But that's something that you love and enjoy. So I'm happy that you're able to still do the things that you enjoy and love, because that's what keeps us going, right?
Yeah. And it's a lot of, it's a very nice Latino community here in Richmond.
Awesome. That's awesome to hear, because having that support, right? That's important, having that community and being able to still be in touch with your roots, your culture. That's really important. So I'm happy to hear that here in Richmond you have that. That's really awesome to hear. So one last thing, are there any opportunities or events that you think that our viewers can participate in? I know you said salsa dancing is something that they should look into, but are there any events that focus on Hispanic Heritage Month so that they can be more knowledgeable or, kind of be more in tune?
There is one that is coming up on the 15th, October the 15th. The name is Virginia Fiesta. And it is in the museum. It's in the Museum of Science.
Okay.
Here in Richmond. I haven't been there, but I have a friend that always goes, and she said it's great. So I'm going. I'm going this year.
Okay, let me check my schedule, and I'll go out there with you.
Yeah, that would be so. It's the 15th, I think, is this Saturday in 2 weeks, maybe.
Yes, I think so. Let me quickly see if I can. Next week, next Saturday.
Oh, it is? Okay.
Not this Saturday, but next Saturday.
I really want to go, because I was checking into the different events here in Richmond, and I think I missed a couple, but I don't want to miss this one, because it really looks very nice.
Awesome. So thank you for sharing that. And so again, Adriana, thank you so much for sharing this time with us, talking about your journey, talking about your culture. It's been an amazing talk. I honestly love it. And I love that you accepted this to speak with us, because you're just a great person. I've enjoyed having you in my network. So I'm just so happy that you said yes to this. To our viewers, thank you for joining us today. We will have our next chat, and that will be November 8th. We're focusing on National STEAM Day. So again, November 8th at 7 p.m., we will have our virtual chat 22.9 National STEAM Day. We did skip one chat, and that was our AI talk, but we will be resuming for our National STEAM Day chat. So please join us there. And also we have our GSTEM week that will be coming up in July of 2023. If you have any girls that are interested in learning more about STEM, maybe they're not fully interested or they don't know too much about it, but they want to know about different careers and they want to see different women that are in these spaces, please have them apply. Again, that's going to be in July of 2023. The program is free, it's virtual. And they'll get so many great nuggets out of that program. So please encourage them to apply. And again, I'm Latoya Mayfield. Again, Adriana, thank you for joining us for this chat. You were awesome and wonderful. And guys, until next time, we will see you again